All right, welcome to the first ever episode for Athlete Builder. I'm in what I call the library. It's my home office, surrounded by a lot of books, and I'm Jim Beebe. I'm the host, and I have Lucas Lorian with me here today. And in this episode, we want to just really go over what Athlete Builder is and simply why we are doing this. If you don't know, I own and operate Unbreakable Athletics. It's a strength and conditioning gym. It's located on the west side of Indianapolis and Plainfield. We work with student athletes with sports performance. Our adults do CrossFit. We have powerlifting, strongman. We do nutrition coaching. We work with teams, individuals. Essentially, we're trying to get people physically better. Athlete Builder is going to be a simple arm or component of that gym where we're going to put out information, content, our methods on how we help build athletes. And we're looking to get more and more information so we can get smarter and smarter and build athletes better and better. So this is simply a content arm where we're using this podcast to bring on more athletes, more coaches, doctors, trainers. And we're going to ask them, what do you do to get athletes better? How do you build athletes? When I look at an athlete, most people just think that we're looking at the physical component, but I summarize it that there are three components with their head. There's their mindset, which is their identity and their core values and how they do things. There's the actual knowledge that's in their head to play their sport better, which encompasses all their training. So there's a knowledge about how to do everything that translates to playing their sport. And then there's what I call teammates. Essentially, it's how do you work with other people? How do you communicate? That's in their head. In their body, there's what goes in their mouth. That's their nutrition. There's what do you do with it physically? That's their training. And then there's how well and how quickly can you recover? And then each athlete has a playbook. And it's their overall plan, their system that pushes them and evolves them forward so they can maximize their potential and essentially their work ethic. And when I bring on athletes or coaches or trainers or doctors or people in the military, I'm going to ask them, what are some things that have been integral for your success on your mindset? The knowledge components for playing your athlete at a high level, whether it's a soccer player, track star, a football player, etc. I'll ask people questions about communicating with teammates. And teammates are the ones that are on the field or on the court with you, but there's also the leadership team, your other coaches. And then there's your support team, your family, friends, trainers, staff. How do you move the needle there? And I'll ask people for their advice. And then I'll ask other coaches advice on how do you train athletes physically or their nutrition and diet or about their recovery. The idea selfishly is I'm trying to get more and more knowledge pumped into the Athlete Builder program or system so I can then funnel it out to other coaches, other athletes, and help build them. And for me, that's what drives me. Other than my family and Jesus, really, this is all I really care about. I like going hiking and fishing and doing some things like that, but all I really want to do is work with athletes that are motivated a little bit so that we can come up with a plan or a process to get them even better. So that for me, my identity is then tied to that athlete so that when they win, I feel a piece of that. I win. If they hit a new PR in their squat, I win. If they're afraid to try to climb the rope, but now they're not afraid, I win. If they're afraid to go up and ask their coach a question or advocate for themselves, but now they do because we worked on their ability to communicate and their mindset, when they win that ability to do that, then I feel like I win. So selfishly, I'm trying to get them to win on different levels, whether it's win a game or just win at life. That way I feel this connection with them and I feel satisfaction. And if I can get them to do that and I can teach others so that when I'm dead and gone, there's an ability for others to do that as well, whether it's our coaches on our staff or the athletes we actually work with. What else does that mean is that I'm looking to be on other podcasts so I can help talk to other folks, but I'm really just trying to build this site just so I can get more information from other people and funnel it out to you guys. We want to talk to other folks, and whether it's a clinic or a seminar or whatever, we want to work with more athletes because it's really what we care about. And I have Lucas on my team to help with this podcast, and just want to speak a little bit to that. Lucas was an intern for me years ago. He played football at Manchester, a D3 program in Indiana, and then he interned with me at my gym. He then went on to intern at Purdue and Maryland in their football programs and their strength and conditioning. And I've seen Lucas come from the college level where he was capable physically, right? But not as mature as he wanted to be and needed to be. And we helped him evolve some, but I saw him evolve a lot more even when he was outside of working at our gym. And I see his work ethic now, his humility, and his ability to endure. And now it's a person I partner with because I'm like, that's exactly what I want. I want someone who's willing to suffer a little bit and push and try to get better personally and then those around him. And that's what he does now. So I'm partnering with him in this podcast endeavor because like-minded, similar focus that we're just really trying to leave an impact. And whether it's the middle school kid or the high school travel kid or someone who's playing D3 soccer or getting ready to try to play in the pros, if we can help move the needle, that's really what we're about. So hope you enjoy what we put out. And I hope if it's a piece where it makes a difference, great. And if there's a piece where we can get better, let us know because we want that feedback loop to be as quick and as impactful as possible. So if there's a way we can evolve, I'm going to be the first one to tell you I'm an idiot at a lot of things. So I'm looking to improve, and I'm looking for all kinds of input. That's why we're having these people on the show, and that's what we're looking to do here. So, Lucas, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for.
Yeah. So obviously, I interned at back when it was CrossFit Unbreakable, not Unbreakable Athletics Academy. I went to South Putnam High School, and that's where I really kind of learned what work ethic was kind of about, what my potential could be, because I wasn't a very talented athlete at all. 5'7", not particularly fast, not particularly very strong. And once I kind of learned, about weight training and all that good fun stuff, and I saw how it impacted me and my performance and how much of a better athlete I become, that kind of led the path for me to be a strength coach now, and the athlete that I was in college, the Olympic lifting background, the CrossFit background, powerlifting, all that fun stuff. So after I graduated high school, went to Manchester University, played football, studied exercise science, and then from there kind of grew into, football was kind of was the main sport, but really kind of fell in love with the training side of things. I loved the strength conditioning, and I had great mentors throughout the way that really kind of poured into me, including when I started at Unbreakable back in 2016, 2015. Got my start there. That's where I was, I ran my first warm up at Unbreakable, and that's kind of how it started, was just trying to figure out how to set up a warm up. Obviously as the years kind of gone on, got more involved in strength conditioning, fell more in love with different aspects of strength conditioning, whether it be Olympic lifting, the power lifting, the speed work, stuff like that. Once I got into my junior year, went and interned with Purdue's football program, worked with those coaches over there. Really loved the environment of the college athletics, the college football, the intensity of it, just how it was structured. Fell in love with collegiate strength conditioning. Took what I learned from there, built really, really great relationships. Came back to Manchester my senior year. Really kind of got more involved with the strength conditioning program. We developed internship programs there. Got involved with that, and my relationships from Purdue took me to Maryland, where I spent a little over a year out there. That's really where life kind of hit me hard, and had to learn how to grow up real fast. Kind of at some point, I wasn't necessarily living in the places I wanted to live. Kind of trying to figure it out there just in my car sometimes, working 20, 21-hour days, working the internship, then working a full-time job just to make things work. Incredibly humbling experience for me. Learned a lot. COVID happened from there, came back home, kind of found myself back at Unbreakable, helping out, working around the gym, figuring my future out from there because COVID's happening. College athletics isn't really a thing anymore. That's not really, that's not a essential job anymore. So I find myself moving furniture, trying to work out, trying to stay in the realm of strength and conditioning. So end up helping out for a little bit over there at Unbreakable, and then find myself coaching at a small high school with my older brother. We had maybe 15 kids on the team, which now it's an 8-man football program now. Kind of over that time, found myself over in Illinois, working at Illinois State, working at Illinois Wesleyan, and now I'm at Fort Wayne Northside working as a strength and conditioning. I'm employed through Parkview Sports Medicine. They contract me out, and my full-time schedule is doing nothing but strength and conditioning in the class. I run all the classwork, all the strength and conditioning classes. I do all the after-school programs for all our varsity teams. And now we're here working on this podcast, and really, my goal with this thing is to really kind of give back and try to provide some sort of value to anybody that's going to be able to take it from me. Because that's what all my coaches and mentors have done for me is they poured and loved me and coached me and really set the foundation for essentially what I love to do in my career. If you were to give me millions and millions of dollars, I would still do the same thing. Get up in the morning, go coach. And that's really all my purpose is with this, is just to be able to give back, because mentors like you and all these other guys that I've worked with, it's owed. There's a something that I owe back to people. And I actually really feel that way. Like I have something to give back to people. Cause it's not fair for me to be coached and be poured into and mentored and to not give something back. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still maturing as a coach myself. But if I can give something back to somebody and they'll say, okay, he helped me get better at this one little thing, then I think that's what I'm here to do. So
essentially, you got an older meathead and a much younger meathead. Spend our time in the gym coaching people, and we like making an impact, and we're trying to find other folks that know a lot more than us, which isn't really hard, and extract information from them, consolidate it, and funnel it to more people. So that's the premise of what we're doing here and this endeavor with Athlete Builder, and we're looking to grow it and make an impact. So enjoy and let us know how we can get better, and we will do it. So best of luck. We'll see you at the next episode.